Hey yo, it is I, your coach, Melanie Black, and today we are going to be talking all about doing workouts with mismatched weights. Unlike this hairstyle, lifting lopsided can actually be a real benefit because think about it. When in real life do you get to have a perfectly matched set of two things to lift at the same time? You rarely do. So actually lifting with two different sizes of weights for your basic push, pull, squat, and hinge exercises is going to be much more functional, and also you're going to get the bonus work of training more core. Remember, the core muscles are primarily there to stabilize you so that you don't just wilt over and flop over, right? So anytime our body has to stabilize the core against uneven forces, we're actually doing our body quite a bit of good. So this video is inspired by one of our question askers and members on Patreon who writes, I have a single kettlebell, 26 pounds, a single dumbbell, 8 pounds, and a 10-pound weight plate. How can I use these on exercises that are done with a matching pair? The good news is you do them exactly like you would do with dumbbells if they were a matching pair, except for you do have to switch and match the reps on both sides. So this is a great way to get more bang from your buck if you are like, into this 2020 year, thinking that by now you would have had a beautifully matchy home gym setup, and it's really kind of become this weird amalgamation of different mismatched weights that you were able to pick up at thrift shops, or the short period of time when Amazon or online businesses had weights available for sale in one size but not in another, and you have this motley mix. It is okay. In fact, it is better than okay, because you're going to get that bonus core work anytime we are working a single-sided movement. Also, I don't know about you, but when I have to do one side and then match the other side, I tend to be a little bit more ambitious, which helps push me. So in other words, I'll do the first set of squats with one weight on one side and one weight on the other side and feel like, okay, I can do 10. And then maybe I switch it out, and now I'm like, whew, 4 is hard, but I'm going to push myself all the way to 10 because I got to get that 10 to match the other side. So it's a good way to challenge yourself as well. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you 4 basic movement patterns: the deadlift, the squat, the chest press, and the row: the push, the pull, the squat, and the hinge. All of your basics, that those 4 movement patterns get the whole body, which is fabulous. And I'm going to show them to you with a couple of different ways of holding a weird mix of weights so that you can brainstorm with whatever you got around the house. Or maybe they're not even officially weights. Maybe you've got like a jug of something, or like a bucket that you filled with cement, or I don't know, just random weighted things. Small children, pets. Let's talk about how to actually do all of that. So I'm going to be starting off with a chest press. Now you can do your chest presses on the floor. I am doing them here on a bench just for sake of ease of you being able to see me easily. And I'm going to do a chest press first with a dumbbell and a weight plate. Now, your weight plate, the question asker had a 10-pound weight plate. Now, depending on your grip strength and depending on what your weight plate looks like, you may or may not be able to hold it by the handle. Now, if you hold it by the handle with the weight displaced away from the hand like this, it is going to be very, very challenging for the grip, which is fabulous. It's an extra added bonus if you want to challenge your grip strength. If you don't want to challenge your grip strength, you can grip it with your fingers through the middle hole, though it does feel a little bit awkward to do it this way. Or again, if it doesn't have handles and you are able to challenge your grip strength, you can hold it right by the ridge. But again, here we want to make sure that we're really confident in our grip because you don't want to drop it on your face. Okay, so just like any time we're setting up for a good chest press, we want to make sure that we have our biceps in the bent position. We have a good strong grip on both of our weights, both on the dumbbell and on whatever other weight we're using. And we're going to roll back with the bent position. And in this case, I'm going to do a hip bridge. Now, most of you don't have a bench, so if you can imagine them on the floor, I'm going to raise those hips, squeeze those glutes up to the sky. The reason for this is this will help me stabilize the core more as I'm pressing straight up that off-loaded weight. So I'm going to do my reps on one side, and then I'm going to hug them close to the body, roll up to sitting, switch sides, make sure I've got a good strong grip on both of them, lay back. Ooh, that grip strength on my left hand. Here's a pro tip. Whichever side is the hardest for you, start on the weaker side. Oh, see, I should have definitely started with this 10-pound weight plate on my left hand because this is much more challenging for me on this side. Might even have to break up the set. So I'm holding that grip on that weight plate. If I had chosen the way of holding this that was easier on the grip, maybe not such a big deal. Ooh, okay, made it. All right, so that's one combo you could do. Another combo could be with that kettlebell. Now, remember on the kettlebell, for anything that we have to have it in that racked position to start with, we want the wrist nice and straight. No bent wrists, either on the kettlebell or on the dumbbells. Straight wrists, nice straight line from the knuckles to the elbow all the time. Will help protect your wrist. Okay, so this time I'm going to try to learn from my previous lesson. I'm going to start with the kettlebell, which is the heavier of the two now, on my weaker arm. Okay, I've got both biceps in the curled position. I'm going to lay back, press the hips up, and press the weights up and together. And then, of course, whatever reps I do on one side, I'm going to match on the other side. Woo. All right, and I can feel my glutes working on that because of the offloadedness of it. It is core work, okay? Your glutes, most personal trainers would consider glutes part of the core. So your glutes, your lower belly, your upper belly, your mid back, and all the way up into your upper back. Okay, so that is our push movement. Let us do lower body movement. How about a deadlift? How about a deadlift with a ball that does not have a handle and a kettlebell? All right, so the ball, this is gonna look really familiar to anyone who's mom. Okay, we're gonna hold that ball close to the chest, as close to the chest as we can. And then what we're going to do, get that kettlebell right outside the foot like it's a suitcase. And we're gonna push the hips back, come down, come up to standing. Try to keep the shoulders square with the floor. In other words, I'm not going to be lopsided. If I resist that twist, I'm going to get more core benefit. Otherwise, all the deadlift form is the same. Nice glute squeeze at the top of each one. If you have difficulty with deadlift form, go ahead and check out the video I made on using your wall to help correct your deadlift form. Okay. How about a squat? How about a squat using a dumbbell and the plate? I think I'm going to hold the weight plate differently this time. I'm going to hold it with my hand down the middle. So for a front-loaded squat, I want the weights just to the front of my shoulders, not resting on my shoulders and not displaced out away from my body, just right at my shoulders. And from there, again,
Even though one side weighs more than the other, I want to make sure that I keep my core and my squat nice and even. And then, of course, matching it on the other side. Finally, let's talk about a row. Okay. Row, I'm going to use the weight plate and I'm going to use the kettlebell. And for the most core work, I'm going to do a bench row with 2 different sized weights. So a bench row, we start off with a good half deadlift position and bring both elbows up at the same time. Now, the left side that I've got my kettlebell in right now is definitely going to run out of steam before the right side because that's where the heavier weight is. So whenever that one runs out of steam, I'll set it down and get the other side. Okay. All right, so pretty simple, right?
All you have to do is think about, what do I have available? How can I lift it on both sides for the lift? And by doing that, you will challenge more core, and it's going to be awesome. All right. If you have questions about exercise, about fitness, about joining the Nerd Gym, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. You can also go to www.thenerdgym.com and sign up on our Patreon. We've got some cool things coming up in the new year. Of course, we're doing our classic 20-pound weight loss challenge. We are also doing a special advanced kettlebell class for people who have an unlimited membership. So yeah, you can ask me all about those things, and I will see you next time. Bye.